Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I thought I'd show you my everyday makeup look. That's this here. I just thought it would be a fun little idea to show you how I do my makeup and give you a little bit of a step-by-step guide. Not that my makeup's incredible, but I'm happy with how it turned out. I've really changed how I do my makeup in the last couple of years, so I'm very happy with how it turned out. And if you want to see how to achieve this look, then watch on. But without further ado, let's get into the video. I use this little black cat ear one. I don't know. I bought it because it reminds me of my cat Spencer. This is my cat Spencer. He is the most precious little thing in the entire world. Like, I love him. But anyway, we use this little cat headband just to hold our hair out of the way. So I usually start off with doing my skincare. I have done it already. I did it before I started recording, but I'll just show you what I use. So I use this professional Tight and Toned primer. It's almost done, but I love it. And then I use this simple hydrating moisturizer. But lastly, I use this simple eye cream. It's really good. Okay, and then after that, we'll start with our actual makeup. This is my new makeup bag. I love it. I think it's so pretty. And then I just use my mirror. I had to literally super glue it because it broke. For all intents and purposes, I like my makeup routine to be very short and simple because I just don't enjoy spending forever on my makeup. Usually I'm running late. So I don't have the luxury of having a lot of time if I want to get ready because I am horrible at staying on schedule. So that's why this is very short. We're going to start out with the Benefit Professional Primer. I actually used to never use primer. I don't know why. I just was so anti-primer until I had like really bad dry skin here. I think it's because of my skin condition, and nothing would work, like, and my makeup would sit so terrible on top of it, and I tried so many things to like fix it, but all you could see when I put makeup on top of it was so crusty and gross, and I tried like 100 different moisturizers and nothing worked. Everything just continued to look the same way. So I started using a primer because I got this for Christmas and I was like, might as well try it, and literally immediate improvement, like you couldn't even tell. The next thing that we go in with is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in shade 5, but I also use, I think it's number 3. I think this is a pretty good shade match for me as well because I'm quite pinky undertones from what I can tell. So I enjoy this. I also don't use foundation because it sits really weird on my skin, and I feel like I can't touch my skin when I wear foundation, whereas with concealer I feel like it's a little bit more forgiving. Whoa. However, I basically just use concealer as foundation, so that's really fun. We're just gonna blend this out. I don't really like giving my concealer time to dry down. I know a lot of people do that. I think it looks weird on me. It like sticks to my skin and not in like a good way. For my blusher, I go between 3 different ones. So it's either this Troublemaker Bouncy Blush in Rebound Red, but this does lean more pink. This is my favorite blush ever. It's like the e.l.f. Putty Blush. I don't have a shade name, but it's this gorgeous like deep red, and this pulls a little bit more orange, which I prefer. And then we also have your classic Benetint. I love this stuff. I used to hate it as well, and then I suddenly started using it. You just have to be very, very careful with it because I will put like it on one side and then blend it out, put it on the other side and then blend it out because it stains really bad. I have mascara all over it. But we're going to go in with our tried and true, our trusty e.l.f. blush because I love it. And then I use this brush. It's the Real Technique 200, and then for my concealer I use the Real Technique 401. They're just 2 brushes that I have. I'll either put it on my finger and like kind of heat it up and like dab it on my face, or I will put the brush directly in the pot, but we're gonna go with this technique today because it's just what I've done. Trying to get some of that concealer off the brush. I've really started, so I focus it on this area. I don't really go to my apples of my cheeks because I feel like I have quite, you know, pronounced apples in my cheeks. So I try to focus my blush away from the apples to not draw more attention to them. I feel like I've really started loving putting makeup on. I used to hate it. I used to love it when I was younger, and then I went through a phase of like hating it. I feel like every girl does that. And then I realized I enjoy doing this. I enjoy how I feel when I put on makeup. Yes, I enjoy putting a little bit of effort into myself. So why would I not do that every day if I have the opportunity? Finding a bit more fun in it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Your makeup can just look okay, and I try to enhance my natural features rather than give myself new features. I used to love overlining my lips and stuff, and I've really stopped doing that. Because I want to like I want to look like a more put together version of myself without makeup. I have hair in my eyelash. Then we go in with the Revolution pressed powder in translucent. I just use some random tapered powder, and I use the taper powder brush from XOXO, I think. I don't know, I've had all of my brushes for years, and I've been using the same makeup products. Obviously, once they run out, I buy the same ones, but I've been using the same makeup products for years. So I just like brush that across my whole face, and I really focus on my cheeks and my nose, because here and here, like my T-zone, I get so oily, so I do focus on there a lot. And then I also use the powder to kind of nullify the blush if I put too much on. So I do have a Hoola bronzer. I use the Hoola Light. As you can tell, I don't use it very often. I don't really like bronzer on me. I feel like it looks a little silly, but maybe I should be putting it on. Do I look too pale? I don't know. We're gonna just go in straight away with our powder blush. Again, I have a couple of these that I'll use, but I mainly stick to either the Collection blush in Bashful #2 or the Benefit Dandelion blush. I think I'll go in with Dandelion today. And then literally a makeup brush I've had since I was a child. It works. I don't care. And then I do focus this slightly more on the apples because it's a bit of a lighter pink and it's easier to blend straight into the skin. Cute. I think it just gives you a lovely little flush. And I do put blush on my nose. I don't care. I like a blushed nose. I think it looks really cohesive like that. Now we're going to go in with this palette. I don't know. I got it from TK Maxx. It's the Winter Vibes palette and it looks like that. I love it. I use this color here for highlight. I just put a teeny bit on my nose. And yeah, I still do the exclamation mark. It's served me well. I don't care. And then I do just a teeny bit on my cheeks because this is just straight up glitter. Like, this is not highlighter, it's just straight up glitter. Now we're gonna do my eyebrows. I'm gonna go in with this Precisely My Brow shade 2.5. I'm gonna brush my eyebrows. As you can see, I don't really have eyebrows. Like, I do, but they're just so blonde because I'm a natural blonde. Apparently. My hair's so dark that you wouldn't know. But I used to be a natural blonde when I was a kid. So they're so pale. I really enjoy just going with the shape of my eyebrows because they're a little bit wild. I don't get my eyebrows done ever. I don't remember the last time I got my eyebrows plucked or waxed or anything like that because I just don't see a point. You can't see the extra hair anyway. Maybe someday I will go. Maybe if I do like a little glow up video or something, I will go to get my eyebrows done, but I just fill them in and I like my eyebrows quite thin. I've had thick eyebrows one time in my life and let's just say I looked insane. It's not for me. The drawn on look is not for me. I need them very natural looking. So I just take the very edge of this pencil and I just kind of fill in the ends because my eyebrows, again, are so light. There we go. I don't know if you can see. I don't know. I'm gonna hold my hand up so you can. I don't know if you can really see the difference. There is before, there's after. Just really lightly fill it in. Just stick with the shape that I have on my face. Okay, then we go in with an eyebrow gel. Now, my favourite eyebrow gel is this random Juvia's Place one in dark brown. I've had this for so long and now it's finally running out and I'm so scared. Like, I don't know what to do because I don't like any of my other eyebrow gels. I actually, when I got this new makeup bag, I threw out my old ones because they were awful colours. Like, someone tell, like, honestly, 19-year-old Anna, 20-year-old Anna to put down the dark eyebrow gel. I sometimes use this one. It's a Rimmel Wonderful Brow I assume in dark brown, in medium. So one of those two I'll use, and I just go through my eyebrows really gently, because again, the goal is to just darken them up a little bit now. Look, I don't hate on the dark brown moments because I really loved them at the time, and I won't hate on my past decisions. I stick by them. Do I want to do the same brown now? No, because I think I look silly. I just don't think it matches my makeup that I do now, so doesn't mean they were a bad decision at the time, even though everyone told me they were. I stick by them. But there we go. So that is my eyebrows. They're not great, but they work. And then, where is my eyeliner? I recently started going in with this number 7 Stay Perfect eye pencil. It is the creamiest black liner you will ever get for your waterlines. I have very watery eyes, but I am obsessed with this stuff. I have tried 1,000 of these eyeliners, and there's maybe 2 that I actually enjoy. Now this one is broken. The lead keeps breaking, but it's okay. No, come back. I just pop it. I don't know if you can see that. But I'm really not sure if you can see that, but I just pop it back in the top and use it, and then do the same thing next time when I need to use it again. But I just do all of the small details in this little mirror, and I'm just gonna line my waterline really gently. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a little break after I do the first one because my eyes watered like no one's business. So give me a couple minutes to let my eyes dry, and then we'll do the other eye, and then we will be back for mascara probably. After that's done, it looks so bad, but it's fine. We're gonna go in with my mascara, and I use the Bad Gal Bang mascara by Benefit. I love this mascara so much that the last time I had it, I used it for I think like a year and a half because I just kept spraying setting spray into it every time it ran out until it was literally nothing in the tube, because it's so expensive. So I got it for Christmas instead, but I was literally using it for I think like over a year and a half probably. But I quite like long spidery lashes, so I'll do like probably 2 coats of this, and then I let the top lashes dry before I do my bottom lashes, or else I have mascara all over my face. I think I made my lashes a little bit too spidery, but it's fine. I did get some, I don't know if you can see that, some mascara on my eyelids. I'm gonna wait till that dries, and then I'll just take it off with a brush later on. But the last thing we have to do before lips is I take this random, I think it's like Maybelline, it's Rimmel eyeshadow palette that I've had for like 10 years, and I go in with the second darkest shade right here on this, oh that's not the right brush, on this like teeny tiny detail brush, and I go over all my freckles on my face. I used to not do this, but I was so jealous of all the girls who had these cute little freckles, and like they never looked silly when they were drawn on, and then I was like, it's not that they look silly when I do it, it's just that I'm not used to seeing it. So of course they look silly because I'm not used to seeing my face with my freckles drawn on. But I just literally dab over them a couple times. Try to keep it as close to the freckle size as I can. But there we go. I've drawn them all on. I will let those sit for a second, and then I take a brush, just my powder brush, and I brush over them a couple of times just so they're not as bright. They do die down though pretty quickly. They don't stay that harsh on my skin for the whole day. I sometimes will go in with setting spray, but it's been making my makeup feel really greasy recently, and that's not the goal. I don't really like a glowy makeup routine. I have too oily a skin for that, so I just like very plain, simple I just like quite matte, kind of in the middle, I guess, like 50-50 makeup. But for lips, I'm gonna go in with this random, like, it is a blush, but I just put it on my lips. Oh, I just put on, I had to take off my lip balm there, but I just put it on my lips here and at the bottom. And then I blend it out with my finger. It's just to give my lips some sort of flush. Okay. Okay, and then lastly, we're gonna go back in with our blush color. So whatever blush we used, we'll use it for our lips. Like, this is technically a blusher. I don't actually know if you can use this on your lips. I do. It has this like weird satin feeling and I quite enjoy it, so I just put it then right over top. Then I'll go in with some sort of lip gloss, but I'm just going to use this Nivea lip balm that I have and go right over top. Okay, so this is the finished look. I really like it. I think it looks very cute. I think it's a more mature version of how I used to do my makeup, so I like it. I think it's very simple but very cute and not too much. Sometimes when I wear makeup I tend to feel overdone, but I feel like this is a nice medium. I don't feel like I've done too much or too little. I feel content and pretty. So yeah, this is my makeup. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and click the notification bell down below. I hope to see you in the next one, and I love you all so much. Bye.